are now tuned in to my main man Dubs. If you want that garbage, go somewhere else. If you want that music that matters, he came to the right spot. Hey Dub, talk to him.
This is not for the weak-hearted. Ever since the beat started, the flow switched up from...
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and as promised, this is the second volume of Deontay Wilder's Rant. Now, this is what he had to say about Anthony Joshua, and I had to counterpunch this in depth, so here we go. He said Joshua did what he needed to do to get the win. He ran around the ring and was on his bike all day. Basically, he had Klitschko in the camp, and he was a lot like Klitschko. The jab and grab hold method, that's all he did tonight. You want to dominate guys, man. Maybe I'm just too rough, too hardcore, and too much of a dream for this time and era. Maybe the world wants the nice shit, because that's not me. Now, let me counterpunch this real quick. He said Joshua did what he needed to do to get the win, which he did. He chose to box, okay? Something that Deontay Wilder, like he admitted, okay, you know, saying that people say I have no skills, but I have boxing intellect, but my intellect is high enough. Look, he wouldn't respect something that Joshua done, okay? So let's stop the bullshit about him saying that he ran or got on his bike. Someone like Deontay Wilder doesn't even believe in cutting off the ring anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, have we ever seen Deontay Wilder cut off the ring? You know what I mean? And back to the first question I did in volume 1, how would he have fought Andy Ruiz? Because if he tried to fight him like Joshua fought him, because Joshua is aggressive, he likes exchanges, but it got him in trouble the first fight, so we know that's not the way to go. What if Deontay Wilder fought Andy Ruiz? See volume 1. But for him criticizing Joshua for getting on his bike, okay, I would want to know how he would have handled Ruiz saying something like that, okay? And the more I think about it, I think Wilder would have fought Ruiz like he fought Bermane Stiverne. You know what I'm saying? Because the way he fought Stiverne in the first fight, because the second fight didn't last long, you know, and I think he would have done exactly that. But talking about getting on his bike, obviously he doesn't know boxing, but of course he doesn't. That's why people criticize him and his opposition, like Klitschko did when they mentioned and they asked Klitschko about fighting him back in the day, back in 2015 when he won that title. He said he needs to worry about getting his game up and rising to the occasion with his opposition because he has very poor opposition. And Vladimir Klitschko, yes, I believe he was a big factor in the Joshua influence for him fighting Ruiz, you know, and the jab and grab style, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the jab and grab style. I hated that style. People have heard me say, I hate that jab and grab style. It sucks. It's not really impressive. It's not exciting to me, but it's effective and it works. And honestly, Joshua, he did emulate a good Klitschko style. Now, speaking of Klitschko, how dare you, Deontay Wilder, to mention Klitschko's name? Now, let me tell you why. Deontay Wilder has been in the ring with Klitschko. He shared the ring with Klitschko in sparring. He's been dropped several times by Klitschko, okay? He does not hold any weight, any legitimacy, any type of contrast with Vladimir Klitschko, okay? Now, these are facts. This ain't shit that, oh, it's a rumor. This ain't Tyson Fury when he dropped Jarrell Miller or anything like that. No. Oh, no. Even though, you know, Jarrell Miller ain't really talking about Tyson Fury, so that's kind of, I would believe that. But no, Klitschko made his way with Deontay Wilder. Okay. And Deontay Wilder knew that. Deontay Wilder's manager knew that between the two fighters. That's why he didn't want them fighting each other, because he knew what Klitschko was able to do in sparring. He know he can do that shit in real life. Okay. So for Deontay Wilder criticizing the way Joshua fought Ruiz by using Klitschko's style, the same Klitschko that had your ass in sparring, okay, that your manager didn't believe enough in you to make that fight fucking happen, to unify anything with anyone, but believed in Joshua, so they gave the fight to Joshua instead. That's exactly what happened. Okay, so before we start talking about he getting on his bike and he had the jab and grab style, that's what he did all night. You want to dominate guys. Maybe I'm just too rough, too hardcore, and he criticized Joshua. If I got beat by this guy, I want to go out there and whoop his ass. Well, Deontay, you think Anthony Joshua didn't want to stop Ruiz if had the opportunity? He knew he was dealing with a tough fighter, somebody you don't know any fucking thing about. You fight old men and fucking guys you thought were has-beens. And if they weren't that, you don't want no part of it. If you feel that way, give Andy Ruiz the opportunity and let him cut the fucking ring off on you and beat your ass if he can. And again, like Volume 1, see Volume 1, guys. It's loaded up now. That's what he could do. If he thinks that he can stop Ruiz criticizing Anthony Joshua for how he fought him. Obviously, the first fight, you call Joshua a coward because he decided to go blow for blow with a shorter, fucking faster handed guy. When you go blow for blow with nobody, because all you do is throw 1-2 or 1-1, jab, right hand. That's all you do. You threw a body punch and it surprised the shit out of me when you fought Luis Ortiz. That surprised me. But other than that, you normally don't do that. And it surprised me because you don't do anything else besides what you do. You stand tall, you use your jab and your right hand. It's the simplest shit we ever seen. Somebody like Klitschko could have their way with you because they're just too vast. And they weren't past their prime at that time. Klitschko was even in the late 30s at that time. Okay? But he was able to do what he wanted to with you and scared the shit out of your manager. No, Deontay, I'm trying to protect you. That's why that fight never happened, But him saying he got on his bike, basically, this is a new form of hating. I'm not coming in after losing to this guy just to dance and grab and jab and hold. I'm going to show the world and convince them that I'm the very best. That's what he did. Okay, so obviously it's not smart to go blow for blow with Ruiz. And if you think that's the way to go, why don't you get a fight with him and show how it's done? That would be something that would really merit this rant. Okay, if Deontay if he did more than talk shit in a rant like this, they couldn't say anything about fighting me. I'll get to that later. Okay, if that's what he feels about Ruiz, his buddy. Remember, he was high-fiving and fist-bumping and shit. Now he goes ham on him because he lost the opportunity. Well, give Ruiz another opportunity. How about that? Give him another opportunity. He only got 2 losses. Fuck it. Give him another opportunity. Why not? I don't see why you criticize this guy, which he should have came in shape. He should have. But you criticize Joshua for the way he fought. Oh, he got on his bike all night and jabbed and grabbed. How you think? Shit, he could do that to you. But anyway, let's move forward. He says that they didn't say anything about fighting me. They didn't even mention my name. They went around me. Look, every time someone mentioned your name, you didn't want to fight. You didn't want the money that was presented. You were not the A side. You think you're the A side. If you think you're the A side, offer them something. Besides $50 million, they have 24 hours to fucking say yes to, on top of no contract included with that 24 hours say yes to shit. It's stupid. And nobody ever said no to the $50 million. People don't even believe that. Yes, send us the details of the contract. Send us the contract, motherfucker. No, you got to tell us that you want the fight. What the fuck is that about? It's, anyway, that's prehistoric news. I'm too dangerous. You've seen what I can do in the ring. I don't play around. And if they know if Ruiz can get Joshua out of there, imagine that's why they stayed away from me. Now, this is the biggest fucking narrative that casuals use to this day. This is the biggest pile of horse shit because people need to understand. It shows you that Deontay Wilder really doesn't understand that styles make fights. He's comparing himself to Ruiz. Well, imagine if Ruiz done it. Okay, Ruiz done it the way Ruiz did it the first fight. And Joshua fought Ruiz the way that he allowed Ruiz to do it. You think that you're going to go in there and do it the same way Ruiz did. No, you're going to do it your way if you can do it your way. Your style of fighting, that jabbing, that fucking jabbing right hand style, that's how you're going to do it. Or that solid jab in that right hand. Or that paw jab right hand. You're so fucking one-dimensional, it's ridiculous. That's the story on Deontay Wilder. But he's freakishly powerful. He's tough. He can take a punch or two. But can he take Joshua's punch? You know what I mean? And if you believe you can beat Joshua the same way, and you're talking about if he can do it, why didn't you do it? Why didn't the fuck you go in there and fight Joshua? If you could believe, you could have took the 12.5 million, or took the 15 million, or took the fucking 120 million, and took all this other types of shit that these offers were thrown at you left and right, and you were dodging them bitches like you were Neo, like there were bullets or something, and you didn't want any part of it. Okay? So don't sit here and get mad about this man and criticize this man for at least taking the challenge. And far as I'm concerned, he made more than your ass did. All your shit is hush, hush. Don't say what we make. You made $3 million that Fox gave you. Your pay-per-view numbers are all over the fucking place. And let's not even talk about that. You got guys that are part of a network of fucking YouTubers that are lying about how much pay-per-view you make. That's sad. You don't have to lie about that shit. If you didn't do well on your pay-per-view, admit you didn't do well. It's okay not to sell well. Golovkin didn't do it. Terrence Crawford didn't do it. And you didn't do it. Okay? You're not a cash cow star. You didn't make $85 fucking million for fighting Ruiz. If you would have made $85 million, you think you would have hesitated to tell people? You would have, I made $85 million. Now imagine if I would have took 120. Yeah, he made $85 million. That's why you were envying him, because you were worried too much about what he made in his fucking pockets versus what you could have made to knock this man out. You were so sure about knocking out. That's that. Saying I'm too dangerous, you should have seen me in the ring, I don't play around. Dude, you're talking shit. You could have took that $100 million you don't even talk about no more. Why don't you talk about the $100 million that they offered you? And people think it's a bum deal, and all these dumbass networks or YouTube channels would believe your shit. Think about it, man. And before he said no, all those channels, he got $100 million offer from DAZN. Imagine if he would have took the 15 million or the 12.5. Now we seen the 12.5 with slave wages. They said that same shit until Deontay Wilder decided not to take it. Then they're like, you know what? We're going to support our champ. Knowing deep down inside that was the dumbest fucking thing you could have done. And that is. So no, they didn't talk about you. They're going to focus on their mandatories because they have more than one fucking belt. How about you worry about Tyson Fury? Because all you really do is talk about Joshua to get your numbers up. And guess what? They ain't even fucking working no more because people done figured out you ain't going to never fight this guy because you turn down every offer they offer you to fight this guy. So why should they mention you time and time again? Why? To make you fucking famous and they're already famous? Fuck it. That's what he's mad for? You're mad because Mike Tyson didn't say nothing in public about you? You're an attention whore. That's all you do. You want attention. I get it. You're not getting it from Anthony Joshua, and you're not getting it from Eddie Hearn no more. They're not going to focus on you because you're not the focus point. The mandatories are. Other possible fighters that want to fight are the focus. You're not. Worry about your pay-per-view, low-ass ticket sales and revenue and Tyson Fury. And that guy will worry about him. If you really want to make the fight, go holler at John Skipper, and he may give you a portion of what they offered you before. That's my counterpunch on that, guys. That's my rant. You guys tell me what you think about volume 2 of this and Deontay Wilder's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.